What's going on, everyone? Following the update earlier in the week with regards to BTC and the charts and just kind of how I'm playing that out, I just thought I'd follow up with Ethereum, and let's just kind of look at where basically there is kind of a lot of similarities, but where there's some things that are maybe just sizing up a little bit differently. So let's just get straight into it. Just looking at the daily time frame for ETH/USDT, everything that we've got here. We are approaching a monthly level right on top of the head of price action at the moment, so that's obviously acting as resistance, as well as a weekly level. Obviously the monthly takes precedence over that, and on a larger time frame, you know, we are kind of like moving in this kind of downward wedge. So again, up against kind of a linear TA resistance pattern, a patterned resistance there, but also kind of just like since May, perhaps even moving in this kind of equal symmetrical triangle as well. So I mean, it just looks like there's just lots of confluence for that to be all resistance and no immediate sign of obviously just breaking through that. In terms of an Elliott Wave perspective, if we get into the wave count, I'm still liking the kind of hypothesis anyway of this being the initial wave 1, 2, moving into a 3. This is after a larger primary count correction down to the lows that we experienced down in June. And I guess the only reason why that's important is if we look at the breaking down to the sub counts even further, you'll see it here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a complex 5-wave correction down, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what we're waiting for is exactly kind of just like what we were talking about on the BTC, is basically this correction, this 1 into 2 before kind of taking off, and then that might suggest more further breaking out. And I guess the reason I kind of fancy this as well, I'll turn off the Elliott Wave count for a moment, is let's leave that one, or this guy. If this is fair enough. If that's a wave 1 going into 2, a wave 2 can retrace. I mean, it technically can retrace as deep as the point of invalidation will be that 100% mark, so it can go as deep as that point. But typically, it is attracted to that kind of golden pocket that's being kind of suggested there. But I mean, if I just use this one as an example, because we'll see it just on that wave 1 to wave 2, it came down to the golden pocket before moving onwards. So we're just looking at this on the higher time frame. And I guess what's kind of interesting, this is the trade that I'm foreseeing, that I've kind of entered, because if this correction, it's a rare formation, it technically could come above this level, but nonetheless I'm playing the short to this downside, so at least a 50% retracement. And one of the other reasons as well being is we've got all of this lack of volume. So if there is a break beyond this level, beyond the 1550, there's I think it's quite plausible to see that kind of be dropping even further, especially with negative sentiment in the news right now, and then upcoming Fed rate hike discussions, and I think that's the 15th of March. So that's what I'm playing out, that's what I'm watching. Tune in next week and we'll see how this is playing out. I guess the final thing I should just add to that is here's a quite clear-cut divergence on the RSI. Prices going up, RSI going down, suggesting weakness in this move, so hence the further kind of supporting the hypothesis of that moving to the downside. So let's see how this plays out, and we'll touch in soon.